All right, I wanted to give a little update tour on the house because it's been so long since I've done anything. So here we are. Here is the space. I think it looks better than before, but that's just me. Obviously. We have definitely found lots of termite damage in places we didn't expect. The subfloor, we did expect termite damage here, so this is actually known. But we got it in the walls, along a couple walls. Termite damage is definitely better over here. This wall's completely eaten, and you'll see that on the other side. But this, it's kind of sketchy walking on this floor right here, to be honest. This wall did mostly okay, but there's a nice little bit of damage down here on the sill plate. This is where the old exterior wall for something was. We have no idea how this house was originally built, but there used to be planks going up like that. So yeah, there used to be a wall right here, and that was the kitchen. I actually stepped on this exposed radiator in it. Right, I stepped on that thing right there, and I had to replace that. It shot hot water all over me. So here's where the cabinets will go. That's where they were before. Not changing anything about that. This was an add-on, so you can see that obviously. But everything slopes down to the bathroom over there, and we'll see that in a second. But over here behind the cabinets is probably the worst termite damage that we've had so far. There's a little stud pack here, I guess. Not really, but it is load bearing, pretty important, and so that's going to be a fun one to replace. Oh, this is cool. This is old cloth wire. That's the insulator. There's little strands of cloth wrapped around the conductors, and it's really old. But thankfully, that's not what they're using. They were using that down there, which is a lot more modern. Still old though. So as we go over here, I mean, I can show you visibly the gap. And you see that gap very well up there? Not the best on the camera, I see. The top of that wall is supposed to be touching the truss. It does not do that because the floor has sunk about 3 inches, is my guess. So this is definitely where it's the lowest, and as I was taking up this vanity flooring, that just came up with it, so this floor is shot. But this entire wall, I mean, look at this termite structure we got on this wall. It's pretty terrifying. So this is completely eaten, and you can imagine that these floor joists that I'm standing on right now are in bad shape as well, because termites, they're subterranean. They start down there and they come up. So got a random hole in our siding, I'm pretty sure. So there's the wood, what do we call it? Sheathing. And then we got I think that's asbestos siding. That's my thought. Anyways, I'm not touching it, so who cares? This was a bathroom. It's no longer a bathroom. Got to replace that. I couldn't, all the screws are stripped on that, so that's an issue I got to fix. Where I'm standing used to be a closet. This was just a nice little bedroom. So that's good. This is, from what I can tell, the original house. And then sometimes in the 70s or 80s or sometime, they had this addition where they put the downstairs and the upstairs on the house. And that's when they covered the whole thing with brick. Turn the light on in here. This is one room, down to subfloor and studs. Nice and squeaky. It's pretty small. Can't do much with it though, so I'm probably not going to change anything about it except fix the, I mean, here's another giant hole. They use this particle board stuff, and it's the worst sheathing ever. Of course, I think some kind of animal just chewed through that. I don't know. I can't believe it. That remains one of the biggest issues. We had rodents in both of the attics, and so they just tore out the insulation. There's no insulation to begin with, there's just paper now on most of these stud bays, or I guess rafter bays. I don't even know what they're called. So we got to replace all that insulation, replace some of the sheathing. This bathroom had water damage over here. It's not that bad, but man, when we took it out, it was scary as heck. Took that bathtub out. Bathtub down there is still there because we're scared. Scared to bang on it with a sledgehammer. That's cast iron. And if I bang on it with a sledgehammer, I feel like it's going to fall through the floor. Here's the bottom floor. We got lots of rain. It actually flooded. Not crazily, but you know, water seeped through and now all the flooring was ruined. That's got to be the first time it's happened in a long time. But you can see this is another huge issue. Look at that water damage. It's been seeping down there. So there needs to be a French drain all along the side of this house because water is getting up and into the slab. I don't even quite know how that's working out. So we got to fix the water getting into here issue, and then we got to fix the completely rotten bottom plate, whatever it's called. I just got a chisel and a rotary drill, so I'm going to take out at least this part of the brick because we got to get to the water damage behind it. You know, I thought this was going to be the best part of the house, like most sound, but it's also got issues. So, I mean, you can see down here, there's more moisture issues. They did not use pressure treated on the concrete. And it's just, I mean, I might be able to just pick at it with my fingers. No, not quite. Oh, it shouldn't do that, huh? That's crazy. I don't even. So there's negative slope on here as well. So water is coming through the bottom plates over there as well and just seeping over. But yeah, here's how that sheathing holds up when it's introduced to water. So that's all got to be replaced. It's a nightmare. And let's see if we can get a peek into here. I set up some lights, so bear with me for a second. That's the crawl space. Yeah. Those are 2 failed boilers that I have to get out of the crawl space somehow. But it needs some help. I got a guy to come out here, give me a quote on what it would take to fix it. So that's a little update video. There's all kinds of other issues in the garage and the lawn, but that's where the house is. This was all termite damage as well. Oh yeah, take a look at this. That's the other side of the really bad stud pack. Just crumbles off in your fingers. Ridiculous. Gotta fix it.